And this is known as Chigorin variation. And after this, Carlsen decides to develop his bishop to f4, and in the next move, Carlsen will continue with e3, solidifying the structure, and this is known as Rapport-Jobava system. Okay, so some of you might be thinking that why Carlsen did not capture this bishop with the g1 knight. This is because he wants to develop his g knight on f3, keeping an eye towards the g4 pawn. And if white captured this b5 pawn with the knight, then in the next move black will play rook to b8 and regain his pawn back. So that's why Carlsen firstly decides to bring his rook to b1, defending this b2 pawn. In this position, black can also make a queen, which is fine, but here Gukesh decides to give a check from his rook first. Now you can see that both sides have a queen. Now I want you all to pause the video and try to find the only move which black can play in this position to save the game. Some of you might be thinking that what if black gives a check from his queen, like suppose queen to g2, which looks fine, but guys, this move is a huge blunder because now white will simply defend this check by his knight, and you can see that there is no more checks. Suppose if here black plays any another move like rook to b3 with the idea of rook to b2 check, but this is of no use because firstly white will give a check from g8 square by his queen, and after king to h6, rook to a6 check, g6, queen takes b3, and you can see that white is completely winning here. Okay, so let's see another possibility. Suppose after this f8 equal to queen move, if black gives a check from h2 square, yeah, like this, but guys, this move will also not work because of after knight to e2, and suppose if black tries to give another check from his queen like queen to h6, simply queen to f4, and obviously you can't exchange the queen here because here white has an extra knight, and you can see that here black have no counterplay, and this position is also winning for white. So what can black here to defend? What can black play to defend this position? And yes, guys, there is a way to defend this position. After the move f8 equal to queen, here the best move, or we can say that the only move, is not to give a check from the queen, it is to give a check from the rook by rook to g2 check, and now this game is completely equal. But why? This is because suppose if white defends this check from his knight by knight to e2, then now black will give a check from his queen, and now white can't defend this check from his queen like before due to this rook is spinning this knight. So that's why white have no other option, and he has to move his king to a safer square like king to d3, but now black will give check again and again, and you can see that this position is completely equal. But guys, in the actual game, after this move, Gukesh didn't find the move rook to g2, and instead he blunders by playing queen to h6 check. This is because after king moves, and here it's better for black to give a check from the c2 square, but instead he blunders by capturing this knight. And now you can see that it's over for Gukesh after the following moves. And in this position, the final move by Carlsen is rook to e6 check, and here Gukesh resigned because no one can protect this checkmate after these following moves: king to d3, queen to f3 check, king to c2, queen takes g2 check, king to b1, queen to f1 check, king to c2, rook to e2 check, queen to d2, rook takes d2 check, king takes d2, and yeah, it's over for black. Now you will understand that why Magnus Carlsen is called as God of Chess. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. Hit that subscribe button for more because it motivates me a lot. This is your host Bison signing off. Bye bye.